It should be no secret to anyone that Dragon Ball is an iconic franchise worldwide. Dozens of very successful manga artists such as Naruto's Masashi Kishimoto and One Piece's Eiichiro Oda have credited Akira Toriyama as a primary influence, and that's just two of the most successful series ever. Then of course there's other things that have borrowed, stolen, or paid homage to Dragon Ball throughout its 30-year history. But what influenced Dragon Ball? On this edition of Dragon Ball In Depth, we talk about the influences behind the show and comic, some of which you'll know, and others may surprise you. Stay tuned.
この放送はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Every Dragon Ball fan who has studied the history of the series is aware that creator Akira Toriyama loosely based Dragon Ball on the 16th century Chinese folktale Journey to the West. The reality is, however, that the connection is very loose, almost non-existent. Dragon Ball's main character, Son Goku, is not only based off of Journey to the West, Sun Wukong, but the name Goku is actually the Japanese reading of Wukong. Both use red bow staffs as their primary weapons, both fly on a Quinton cloud, both are on an epic quest, both are skilled fighters, and both are basically monkeys with incredible physical strength. The difference is that while Wukong is an actual monkey, Goku is a humanoid with the ability to transform into a great ape by staring at the full moon, which was clearly based off of old werewolf folklore. Wukong also knows 72 different transformations, but at the rate Dragon Ball is going, by constantly introducing new forms seemingly every year, Goku is bound to catch up someday. There have been dozens upon dozens of references to Sun Wukong in popular culture and dozens of adaptations of the character. Remember Monkey Magic? Didn't think so, but none achieved the popularity of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was never meant to be a long story. In fact, many sources will tell you that it was supposed to end after the first story arc. Dragon Ball was a huge success, and thus Toriyama and Shonen Jump were compelled to continue the story. Journey to the West was a fine base for a catapult for the series, but where else would Toriyama pull ideas from? The answer is everywhere, including himself. Before Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama was already extremely successful. Its predecessor, Dr. Slump, was a huge hit and made Akira a fortune, but even with the millions it raked in, by comparison, never attained anywhere close to the incredible worldwide success of Dragon Ball. So many people may not even be aware of all the things Toriyama reused and rehashed from Dr. Slump. Therefore, most Dragon Ball fans have only been exposed to Dr. Slump material from the very brief crossover featuring Goku's journey to Penguin Village in chapters 81 to 83 and TV episodes 55 to 57 during the General Blue arc of the Red Ribbon Army saga. So you'd be surprised at the fact that Yamcha is in Dr. Slump. Wait a minute, that's not Yamcha, that's Sukusun. Oops. How about an evil scientist who creates spy robots and numbered machines? Nope, not that guy. Dr. Mashirito did it first. Hey look, it's Roshi. Nope, that's actually God in Dr. Slump. Toriyama himself pretty much admitted that he liked the design so much that he went ahead and reused it for Roshi. Dr. Slump featured a number of competitions like the Penguin Village Grand Prix or the Who is the Strongest in the World tournament, which were so popular with the readers of Shonen Jump that he incorporated the idea into Dragon Ball as the Tenkaichi Budokai. Speaking of tournaments, Toriyama is a huge fan of Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, which is naturally why he named Muten Roshi's alter ego Jackie Chun. But that's an easy one. What about the fact that Dragon Ball's Tenkaichi Budokai title screens are basically ripped off from Hong Kong martial arts production company Golden Harvest. Take a look at this. The tournament arena itself, much like many things in the series, is based off ancient Chinese combat tournaments where the competitors would fight on the Lei Tai platform in front of an audience. These tournaments also had a very similar structure in how the fights were booked to the original. Of course, if you watch any kung fu movie from Hong Kong, like Golden Harvest movies, you've seen this before. If you want to see a much more dense example of Toriyama's influence, watch Jackie Chan's Drunken Master. That thing has Dragon Ball written all over it. But the influences continue well into the next story arc. The Red Ribbon Army is essentially a combination of a number of different armies and nations throughout history, such as the Nazis, the Soviets, and even the real-life Red Army itself. Commander Red's obsession with retrieving the Dragon Balls appears to be influenced by the rumors that Adolf Hitler was obsessed with finding bizarre occult artifacts during his reign. But then we find out at the end of the arc that Red just wanted to be taller, which is borrowed from another dictator, Napoleon. In addition to that, Commander Red closely resembles Emilio Largo from the James Bond film Thunderball. The height, the cigars, and of course his pet. Remember how I said that Toriyama was a huge fan of Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee? Well, the influence can simply not be ignored when you talk about Goku's adventure through Muscle Tower in the early Red Ribbon Army story arc. To trace the roots of the idea, you have to go back to Bruce Lee's final film, 1972's Game of Death. The original plot of the film featured a retired martial artist who has to scale a giant pagoda and face 5 different opponents in combat, with each level becoming more challenging than the last. Kinda sounds like what Goku had to do. Personally, I would have loved it if Goku fought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh well. Also, about Bruce Lee, don't forget this guy. As you'll hear me say time and time again, Toriyama, as well as the production team behind the TV series, are huge fans of 80s American pop culture and movies. Well, on the next Dragon Ball In Depth, I will show you even more examples of this throughout the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z TV series, and really delve into some more fun homages, tributes, and, well, copy jobs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.